Hi everybody, I'm going to continue with the Mcphetridge interview because there's shitloads to go. We're only at 35 minutes and I've already done an hour's worth of videos, just over an hour. So let's see where we left it.
He never asked you to send her what a picture of penis would look like, right?
I asked her if she wanted to see it and she said yeah.
Hold on. But she's asking you, or telling you she's not seen a penis or nothing, right?
Correct.
Were you trying to get her excited about sex?
Right, so obviously at this point we've already gone over the part where the interviewer is trying to get him to admit that he's sent over sexual material, a picture of a dick basically, for his sexual gratification and to try and get her interested in sex. But Mcphetridge isn't having any of it. He's come up with a bullshit excuse that he's a good guy, that he likes to help people, which is obviously absurd.
No, sir.
See, he's really pissed off now, the interviewer. He's just stepped back. He's like, right, I'm going to have to adopt another tactic, not engaging with him, looked away, starting to get pissed off. Mcphetridge knows he's in a bad spot and now he's going to try and wriggle his way out of it. Let's see what bullshit he comes up with.
How many of these chats do I have to read out loud for you to say the truth of what you were doing?
See, now, yeah, he's confronting him with the whole... He's just basically had enough and he's saying, right, you know, what the fuck have I got to do to get you to admit the fucking truth, you prick? That's basically what he's saying in his professional manner. Because even though it's only lasted, you know, half an hour or so, he's still, like I said, it's late at night. He might be running later than his shift. Because the police, when NBC are doing these things, the police are probably going to have to take extra manpower on. Maybe dishing out overtime. That guy might have to stay on late. He's not really going to want to, you know, he's going to be pretty pissed off. And the last thing he wants is some fucker like Mcphetridge sitting there, coming across all innocent and nice. He would prefer a criminal to be like a criminal and fucking be a dick, because he knows how to handle it, and it's basically he would appreciate that directness. But what he doesn't like is someone like Mcphetridge who's slimy and hides his disgusting nature, hides his sick tendencies behind an exterior of pity and apparent good-naturedness, if you know what I mean. I can't really think of a word, but you get what he's saying. He'd much prefer someone who's more direct, and he's not. He's a liar, and he only, you know, all he wants to do is wriggle his way out of it, which most people do, but the way he goes about it is very sleazy. I'm a great guy, I'm fantastic. Most of the predators know, they just keep the gob shut, but this guy's just trying to wriggle his way out of it.
You're asking her to touch herself. You're asking her, if you show up, will she touch you? If that's not trying to get somebody excited about sex, what's it trying to do? You're not sending a birdhouse.
There was a few of them that was...
Did you send that pornography to introduce her to sex?
No, sir.
Why did you send it then?
Because she said she never seen one in them.
You see, he's just not having it. He's just not having it whatsoever. He's not... He's faced with an obvious truth, and he's just still not having it. I do not understand why he agreed to talk. It just shows how naive he is.
I'm being honest.
Okay. Why does a girl that age have to see one?
I don't know. I don't have no answer for that one. There is no...
Was it to educate her about sex?
Subconsciously, I guess so, because, I mean...
Right, I guess so. It's as good as saying, yeah, the interviewer's got a bit more relaxed. He sat back, right, at least I've got that much, is what he's thinking. But he's still got quite a bit to cover yet.
I didn't think that when I was seeing it neither, and I mean, I was just...
She was your girlfriend on the internet, and I can appreciate that. A girlfriend, you know, you're thinking you're gonna
He's much more relaxed now, the cop. Sat back in his chair, got his arms out. he's talking in an empathetic way, and he's trying to engage with Mcphetridge, trying to get him to think he's looking at it from his point of view, because he's had a kind of confession, so he's much more happy now. It would have got quite nasty if he'd just kept saying no.
Gonna have a girlfriend for life, correct?
Yeah, because I get lonely, and I mean,
Understood.
a lot of people look down upon me for my disability.
Right, so here he's going again. Poor me. He's coming out with it. He's still not done with the using his disability. He's still not done with that.
And it hurts, and
Hey,
I've had mental breakdown.
Right, he's had a breakdown. He was going to start bursting out crying then if he hadn't have interrupted.
you're looking at a chubby bald guy, buddy. It ain't
Well, you ain't chubby.
It ain't.
I'm chubby.
It ain't easy. I know it ain't easy.
So, I mean,
Okay? I know it ain't easy, man. But you met her. She was your girlfriend. You were gonna come up here. You were gonna meet her. You were gonna watch some movies, right?
yeah, that's what
What
she
movies were you gonna watch?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
If
figured the way she described the
if
parents,
she
I
was
figured she
if
had.
she was willing, based on everything you said, were you gonna have sex with her?
You want the honest truth?
That's why I'm sitting here.
I was going to meet her, and we may have, we may not have, if we got along, if not.
Why did you bring the KY jelly? It was to have sex, correct? With the virgin.
If it led up to that,
That for me is as good as admittance, isn't it? It's as good as saying, yeah, if we may or may not have got on is irrelevant. At the end of the day, at that point, I would move on and say, right, I've got that covered. That'd stand up in court. At the end of the day, if someone is protesting their innocence and saying, no, I came round to see if that girl was safe, I am innocent, I am not interested in children, then you would blatantly say, no, that's not what, never was that going to happen. But here, he said, yes, maybe. It's as good as saying, God damn it, yes, I would have done it.
because, I mean, like I said, if it led up to that, if I didn't plan on having sex, I didn't come up here planning on not having sex, having it either way. Like I said, I picked it up. I grabbed it. I grabbed a few things real
Okay.
quick.
You grabbed. Okay.
So I think he's going to go back to why did you bring the KY jelly, which is obviously a part of, it's like what they say in the programme, bringing items helps to prove intent, clearly, you know, for obvious reasons. So he's trying to get back onto that topic and see if he can get him to finally say, yeah, I brought the KY jelly. But he's still not having it that he specifically picked it up for that reason.
If I'm going out on a first date, my first thought isn't throw some KY jelly in the truck. If I know that this girl is a sure thing, I'm going to throw some KY jelly in the truck.
And I mean,
And what is it with KY jelly? What is it? Why do you... I don't understand why... Don't want to go massively into explicit detail here, but what the fuck is the purpose of it? I've never fucking needed that, and I'm pretty sure I never will need it. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Did you throw the KY
I mean, with a chat... No, I'm not
jelly
even
in the
going to go
truck
down
because you're
there.
pretty sure you're going to have sex if somebody wants you to come
No.
that far to see them?
no, sir. I mean,
You didn't take it that she wanted to have sex from... Do I have to read the chats?
no, sir.
Okay.
No.
You pretty much knew
It
that you were
was
coming up here for sex, correct?
no, sir. It was one of those 50-50 things, and I understand where you're coming
Are
from.
you going to make me read the chats again?
No, sir. I understand what we said.
So basically, he wants a full and frank admission. He doesn't want any maybe, yeah, maybe we were going to do it, maybe we weren't. He wants him to say, yes, I went there to have sex, that's what we were going to do. That's what I would have done.
Okay.
I asked her if we was.
Where do you want my sperm first?
How can you wriggle out of that one?
I don't know.
Mouth, pussy, or ass?
Oh, you horrible bastard, Mcphetridge. You horrible fucking bastard.
I mean, that wasn't in reference of meeting today.
Okay.
And?
All I want to do, okay,
A lot of
is get on with this interview, but we got to get over this hurdle,
I know.
okay?
I know.
We
I'm
got to
being-
get to the truth. Why
I'm
you
being
threw the
honest.
KY jelly in there?
I'm being honest. Oh, you know what? It's really starting to piss me off. I'm like becoming angry. I actually want to punch him repeatedly. Do you know what I mean? I'm being honest, taps himself on the chest. It's like, you're not being honest, man. You're not being fucking honest. You're a horrible fucking pervert.
Did you come up here expecting to have sex with this girl because of her emails back to you? And
No,
you
sir.
saying you want to have sex, and she's like, yeah, sounds cool.
No, sir. I mean, it was one of those 50-50 things. She wanted.
50-50.
If we could have had sex, we could not have had sex, and I mean,
But you would have had sex if you hit it off with her.
if we got along and I thought it was a meaningful relationship,
If I thought it was a... How can you have a meaningful relationship with a 13-year-old girl when you're a fat fucking pedo like that? You can't. I mean, and he's trying to buttercoat it, basically. He's trying to say, in his own way, he thinks that it's better for him if he says, yeah, we got along and she was sweet and all that kind of stuff. What fucking difference does it make?
honestly, then yeah.
Okay.
But if we didn't get along, no. Because I'm not one of these people that.
Well, you asked her to be naked for you to get here.
And now his face is squinting as if his facial expressions would say, I don't remember that, or what are you talking about? But clearly, I'm pretty sure there was something like that in there.
In one of your chats way back when y'all talked about me, the first time you said something about being naked when you get there in your panties or something like that. I forget exactly how you worded it.
I'm trying to think of that one myself, sir. And I'm being honest.
I want to get you drunk.
Later on.
Yeah.
Later on,
This is a 12-year-old girl.
well, what did...
You know the drinking age in Kentucky?
18.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
say.
21.
Oh, would it?
But let me
yeah,
tell
I mean,
you this.
yeah,
Let
it's
me tell you
21,
this,
but I
okay?
wouldn't.
Remember what I told you before about a judge and jury's going to hear this?
I know.
This sounds to me like you wanted to hurt somebody. Would
Yeah.
you be mad if I got you drunk and had sex with you however I wanted and the next day you were in pain? I want to F you really hard one time. Now, when you were coming up here,
I forgot I even had that conversation.
okay, that's what you want to do. That's what you're telling her you want to do.
That
Okay.
was not.
If you have a meaningful relationship, were you wanting to have a meaningful relationship and make love to this girl, or were you wanting to just do her real hard and treat her bad and beat on her? Or
I was
what?
wanting to have a real relationship with her.
Yeah.
That was meant for much later on, and I don't even know why I even come up with that one and said that. You know.
She's still hiding behind this meaningful relationship stuff. He just can't come out and admit the truth. It's possible he's a bit like Lorne and he's in a bit of self-denial. He can't face to look at himself and his own disgusting nature.
But if things would have worked out, you'd have had sex with her tonight.
If we got along and stuff, and I mean, I don't know.
All right.
I mean, I've met people offline before.
So he's put the chat log away now. Has he had enough? Is he going to wrap it up? What's he going to do?
And I've met people.
You spend a lot of time on the computer?
Yeah, because I mean, I sit there and I play games on the computer and on the Xbox 360, and it's. I mean, I don't have much else to do because I mean I've tried to look for a real job, and it's impossible to find a job.
Bollocks.
It's going to be real
Bollocks.
impossible after this.
There'll be loads of places that attack him on. And if he wants to use his disability to his sick advantage in his police interview when he's tried to molest a 13-year-old girl, why doesn't he use his disability in a way and go to companies? Because he'd get a job because they've got disability quotas to fill, or they will have done back then. And you can use it to your advantage and start making complaints if you don't get it, and people will shit themselves. But besides that, you know, there's loads of jobs he could do in the offices and clerical work, and you know, so that's bollocks for a start.
People look so down.
Computer's a good thing. You know, if used correctly, a computer's a good place to meet friends.
Yeah, and I mean, other than this situation, that other one I told you about, I've never done anything like that.
What all chat rooms do you visit?
The Tennessee ones I listed earlier, like 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, I think.
How do they look on the internet? Is it Tennessee 1 or something?
Yeah. You just sign in, and then a wrestling chat room.
Wrestling chat room. Have you ever met anybody in any other chat rooms that you've had sex with?
Yes.
Any of them underage?
No, sir.
What's their screen names? Do you remember any of them?
I can try to. XX, Perfect Drug, XX, I think.
Where did you meet these people at? Which chat rooms? The same ones?
This has been over years and years, so it's hard to say. And she was talking to me about she had moved back to Tennessee and she would like to see me again, and I was like, okay. I talked to her some, and then she disappeared again.
The one not this one, the one you had sex with.
Yeah, and she was, I would say 21.
21. Nobody underage.
No, sir.
He's not going to admit to that, is he?
What's your cell phone number?
Oh, give us his cell phone number. Bloody hell, how long does it take him to read that out?
And I mean, like, I would rather break the stupid news to her first.
Okay, what city is that again?
Right, let's
I mean,
skip
like I
past
said,
all this.
So it's you and your mom just live together? So
Because
you're pretty computer savvy, though.
So I think here we may be getting to the part where he's discussing what he's got on his computer.
Subject. I mean,
Up until 2 years ago, I didn't know there was a caps lock button. Didn't know what that meant, so I didn't touch it. But you can build one?
with a little help, yeah. I mean, it's just buying the parts and
It's
stuff.
pretty good from the interview. He's basically saying, you know your way around a computer. You can build it. If you can, I built my computer. Oh God, what a nightmare! It's not an easy thing to do unless you know what you're doing. It took me a good few days to do it. A lot of pissing around. So he knows his stuff. He knows his computers. You know, he's trying to establish. He said, "Hang on a minute. You know what you're doing around a computer. So if there's anything on there, you're going to know if it's yours or not, and you're going to know how it got on it. It's a pretty good tactic."
What about a webcam? You got one of them?
No, sir. I had a some kind of cheap digital camera that they had on TV. I plugged it up once to see what it was about a webcam, and I don't even know where the thing is. It's either in the closet or buried in the computer desk one.
Do you have any pornography on your computer?
Yes, sir.
Anything of anybody underage?
Here we go.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dearie me. I don't think so. I'm fucking convinced. In fact, I know with 100% certainty I've not got anybody underage on my fucking computer. So what does "I don't think so" mean?
You don't think so? How could you not know? Did you ever see any underage on your computer?
See, look at him now. He's got the interesting, intrigued look. He's like, whoa, you don't think so? He's getting another, you know, at the end of the day, let's not forget this little episode here cost Mcphetridge 3 years of his life. Yeah. Well. Not just this little episode, the fact that it, you know, because he would have had his computer searched anyway, but this whole, I don't know how the court went, but you know, but anyway, the fact that he had child porn on his computer or child images on his computer has led him to a very, very long sentence.
Review any images?
In fact, does anybody comment, if anybody's listening to this, do they know? Is it the longest sentence that's ever been sort of handed down from To Catch a Predator? Because let's not forget that if he hadn't been caught in this, those child images wouldn't have been found either, because they wouldn't have had, no one would have had cause to search his computer. I know the rabbi got 6 years. I know that John Pierre Weary got quite a long time, but it was in connection with other offences, wasn't it? Is he dead now, that guy? Pretty sure he is, isn't he?
Of underage people?
Not meaning to, and I don't know what else saved on it.
What do you mean?
You don't know what he's really like. Look at the cop's face here now, squinting his eyebrow, got his pen in his mouth, looking at him with intent. What do you mean you don't know? It's a fucking good point as well. And he's getting like really, you know, just think of what's going through that guy's brain now, and he's looking at this fucker here.
Not meaning to. How can you not mean to?
I mean, you go on the internet and look at porno, and you don't know if they're of age or not.
Right? Yeah. Let's be honest, right? I've looked at porn, and you look at certain videos, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know, you don't know how old they are, but you know that they're not children. You just don't know if they're 18 or 17 or even bordering on 16. But obviously, so I'll buy into that, Mcphetridge, yeah. But I don't think that's what he's talking about. He's not talking about going on Pornhub and typing in busty fucking blonde and a young bird turning up, is he, that he's not sure about the age? We're not talking about that.
Some are.
Well, remember, I just told you, I just found a caps lock button a couple years ago, so I'm not real computer savvy. So explain to me how you get porn on the internet. I understand.
Good question.
You can punch in porn, but what I'm talking about is underage people. Do you exchange porn with other people?
No, sir.
Okay, how do you?
I will change that story a small bit. I have a female friend that has sent me a couple female photos of a couple of her friends on Adult Friend Finder or something like that.
Okay. So the porno that you're looking at is off of websites.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, and off of Emulx, and I mean.
Off of what?
A download program.
Download program? What did you call it just now?
Emulx.
Emulx?
It's Emule, but you don't have to share stuff to send.
Is it like a torrent or something? I don't really know what he's on about.
Yeah.
Do you save porn on your computer?
Yes.
Look at him carrying away there. He knows he's in the shit. He's got his hand covering half of his face up, not looking directly at him. He's not squared straight at him having a conversation. He's carrying away, which says a lot about.
Or just pictures, or both?
Both, and I need to delete it. I meant to.
Oh, you meant to? Oh well, let him go. He meant to delete it.
Do you burn any CDs or anything of it?
And I think this is from the report. It said he had. I can't think. Was it 100 images burned onto CDs? So I think this is the juicy bit.
I think they have been burnt CDs of it, and I don't know exactly where they are. I don't know if they're on the desk, if I throw them away or what. I can't. I mean, I'm getting rid of it as soon as I go home because I don't want trouble, and
oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, so it's alright, guys. He's going to get rid of it when he gets home because he doesn't want to get arrested, is basically what he said. So he's just sat in an interview room after he's been arrested for trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl, and he's just said to the police officer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it when I get home because I don't want to get in more trouble. That's just, well, have you ever heard of it? That's as dumb as anything Lorne's ever said, that. He's just so pissed off. He's just so pissed off, that cop. He doesn't even say anything. He's like bewildered, to be honest. Oh, fucking hell.
I mean, I helped my buddy do DVDs, and I mean,
Did y'all ever burn any porn DVDs?
No, he does wrestling DVDs of himself. Okay. That over the years, and I've edited the matches down so he can sell them and stuff because they're his matches. I mean, I can't lose the computer because I can't help him if I lose the computer, and I help him with his website.
What the fuck are you on about? As if the cops are not going to stop getting your computer because you're helping some fucking wrestling guy, you prick.
I mean, I'm being honest with you, sir.
Cool, yeah.
I mean, like,
how many times has he said that? I'm being honest.
as soon as I get out here, I'll go home and delete.
You're not going anywhere, pal. I think that statement, when I get out of here, I'll go home and delete it. Mcphetridge does not understand the severity of the situation he's in. He doesn't understand the charges that he could get faced with. He doesn't really understand. I don't think he understands the sting operation fully. Maybe not. I don't know. I think he does. But he doesn't understand how the police work. He doesn't understand how the courts work. He doesn't understand anything.
Any porno off the computer, go through every DVD I have, CD, whatever. I say DVD and CD, and it's the same thing to me because it's the basics.
Well, pornography in itself, looking at porno, isn't necessarily legal. What I'm interested in is if you have pornography of underage people, and you told me not that you know of, what is the likelihood that we're going to find something that's somebody underage?
Good question.
There's probably a few photos and a few videos that I had downloaded.
Of underage people?
Yeah, but like I said, I ain't went through.
You downloaded them?
Yeah,
Did you save them?
But I have not went through all of them.
But did you save them?
Yeah, they're on the hard drive.
That's 3 years of your life, Mcphetridge. You've just admitted to basically possession and distribution, if you're putting them on a CD, potentially, and sharing of child pornography. You sick fuck.
And I mean, at one point it was saving things in different folders, and I had not went through everything.
And he's got his confession.
That's what I'm saying.
So for all the dancing around he did with all the other shit of the KY jelly, which compared to this is just a minor part of the whole picture, he's just admitted to the child pornography charge on record, on interview. That is 3 years of his life. Let's just say he never got convicted of the sting thing. 3 years. And that cop knows it, which is why he's still sat back and quite relaxed, because he knows he's got. He'll be pretty. All the shit that he went through before, he won't be asked about that now, because he's just got a further conviction out of it, and he'll be, slapping hands with his fellow cop, saying, "I've just got that motherfucker."
What's the likelihood that you burned any of these to disk where there's underage people?
I don't think I had, because the ones.
You don't think? I'm asking you what
No.
the likelihood is. Do you remember ever burning any?
It's a bad time for him, this, isn't it? Look at him.
The only ones that I've burnt to DVD, I had viewed, and there was no children in them.
Did you ever share any pornography with underage people?
No.
Okay.
I don't share porno.
Well, fucking what difference does it make, man? You get excited and you're advocating fucking child pornography.
Period.
Once you get it, yours?
Yeah, you got to find it yourself.
Okay.
And I mean, because I don't know who would be on the other end.
Right, I'm going to stop it there. I can only take 30 minutes of the time of this motherfucker. I think I'm not too sure we've got much more. I'll have a look at it and decide if it's worth doing a part 4. But I appreciate you listening, guys, and have a good day. Bye.